So we are learning during the pandemic the old rule that governments cannot micromanage people or situations. They shouldn't try. And we're learning that they're failing at that. But we are now having a new Canadian angle to this. Canadian governments are trying to manage sex. Pavan Bratch is, I won't say you're a sex expert, but you are a satirist.
Yeah.
And you've seen some of this stuff. So tell us, what are our governments trying to do? They're supposed not to be in the bedrooms of the nation.
Well, yes, that was Trudeau's line, right? Pierre Trudeau.
The other Trudeau.
The other Trudeau. The state has no place in the nation's, the bedrooms.
But now it does.
It does. And
so
of course,
what are they doing?
And who's the guy that was crying out against micromanagement was Jason Kenney. And of course, the poor guy's in quarantine now because he caught something in the cabinet.
Do you think it's by himself?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I was hoping you were going to tell me.
But tell us what kind of advice the government's giving.
Well, they're giving all kinds of advice. The first thing they're saying is, of course, abstain. You know, I mean, that's not...
Okay, realistic advice.
Realistic advice, I know. But if you're trying and you can't, just remember what happened with the Brady Bunch. That should take everything out of your mind. But anyways, no, listen, they're saying wear a mask. Both of you wear a mask. You have to wear a mask when you're having sex. I couldn't believe it.
That's if you're having sex with somebody else.
That's if you're having sex
with Jeffrey
somebody
Tubin
else. Not on Zoom. That's
okay.
Right. Yeah, if you're on Zoom. Poor guy that got fired. I mean, of course, or put away. What could be a worse punishment for a guy doing that than to be sent home from work? It's not a good thing, is it? So anyways, wear a mask is what they're telling everybody. Of course, Donald Trump now doesn't have to wear a mask because he's had it and he's cleared through, but he's now without a mask, of course, he's going to have trouble attracting those suburban women.
But Pavan, what about those BC people? We know that they are all far to the left and they're in an election.
Yeah.
I hear stories about what the BC government is advocating.
Yes, that's right. Well, the first thing they say is wash your hands for 20 seconds before having sex. That's their first piece of advice. It's actually published.
Probably pretty good.
They've even come out with songs that you can sing for 20 seconds so that you know you've done it all.
Yeah.
So they've done that. But the other thing they've come out with is they've actually said, you know what, we think you should consider using a hole in a wall to have sex through.
To have sex with or through?
Through. I mean, with the other
That's called a glory hole, that's what I'm told.
Well, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Now,
the government actually wrote that you should use a glory hole?
That's right. So
Did they call it that?
Beautiful Dr. Bonnie Henry put that in writing. It's on the website. You can check it out if you don't believe me. And if you've got thick walls, they've got a lot of do-it-yourself kits now that have thinner walls, and everybody's making those things for us as well.
But really, it's very Canadian because I heard in BC that at the very end of all these remedies, they say, and of course, if you're paying for sex, leave a big tip.
That's right.
Be Canadian.
That's right. That's right. And get tested before sex, which explains the lineups. Really.
Testing, tipping, glory holes.
Exactly. Well, I always turn to, for advice to the Safe Sex During COVID by Dr. David Williams, Chief Medical Officer of Ontario. He's got even a special chapter on how to prepare a turkey dinner for one. So that's who I rely on, really.
Okay, we are in trouble already. Pavan Bratch, thank you very much. A little bit more than 3 minutes, but worth it.
Thanks.
So thank you for watching. In response to many queries, I want you to know I don't always dress like Don Cherry. He dresses like me. Sometimes. But seriously, we are going to continue to follow the stories that matter to you. The corruption in Ottawa, COVID, the response of officials to it, and what's going on with your taxpayers' money. If you like these stories, please subscribe. You can press the button, it's right up there. And my webpage is right down below here. It's free, and we are providing the service because we want to make sure that Canadians know what's going on.